Buddy, those that are probably going to rewatch this, I am just doing some light work around the shop. Let that set up here. Go. So today we've got a stock drop going. These are all orders, and this is what is dropping today. Pretty sweet. Some of you get started filing in here. I'll show you most of them. All of them. I'll show you all of them. My heater's going to be running in here because it's freezing cold today. But I have got to mold some more kydex. I'm doing sheaths, so that's what I'm going to be doing in just a second. Got our old janky oven here. Hey Manny, how are you, bud? Molding some sheaths. That's all I'm doing. Good to hear. And we got a few in now. How's everybody doing? Hey, we're gonna do a stock drop. We're gonna do it live today. But I just thought I'd talk with some of you. Show you some of the knives here. This is what's dropping. First up, we've got a Mustang Special. Hey Zachary, how are you doing? Good to see you. We've got this Mustang Special. It's got purple liners, purple G10, Pines Peak Fat Carbon, pretty sweet. I know a couple of you have probably already seen these that were here yesterday, but here's a Tradition full-size Nitro V. This one's dropping. Then I'm doing sheaths for everything else right now. Check that out. Fat Carbon. This is the Forest Eye. Gray liners, stone gray liners. They've got like a tannish hue to them, but they're gray. It looks really good. Almost like a multicam. And then we've got a standard Nitro V with the red micarta, fire micarta, Hornet. Pretty sweet. Yep, I'm going to have to get you some of that. When I order Fat Carbon next, I'm going to be ordering you some. Got a burgundy Hornet, blue Hornet, Nitro V. They're all Nitro V. We got some Mustangs, same colors for the Mustangs. All Nitro V. Red, purple. I love the purple. So Gabe with Last Huntsman Outdoors just got one of these, just like this. Hey, blue. Thank you, brother. Check that out. Some denim. Pretty sweet. Alright, I've got to mold this sheath. This kydex should be hot. so you can stay with me right here. I'm just going to be going to the press right here. Got to take my plastic sheets off the mold. That's what they look like. And then I'll take my little marker tool and knock my 1/2 inch spaced marks for the holes. And then when they're all finished up, it'll look like this. Pretty sweet, huh? And then I'll add a rubberized nylon strap that gets a post like so. Now there's a few different ways you can carry these too. $1.99 is what it's at. So there's a couple different ways that you can carry these. So the thumb ramps are pretty simple. Once I get them all cut out, well, I'll just do one for you. Let's do one. I'm not sure. Close these up before I knock them all over the place. So I got this tool that I made that marks some 1/2 inch spaced seven holes. Might be a little noisy over here where the heater is. This one. All right. These are holes. All right. So now I'm just going to add some eyelets. And then we'll cut it out. Happens pretty quick too. Like really quick. Alright, so we've got our eyelets in there. From over here. Alright. Now our eyelets are all crimped, nice and uniform. Take you over here. Just go ahead and set you where the tripod usually stands. Now I gotta go to the bandsaw first, and then I'll go to this machine. So our rough shape. See, that happens pretty quick. Now, I'm gonna have to make myself a new mold for the Hornet Mustang, which they take the same sheath because the handles are the same and the blades are pretty close. Be right back. So then for these, I actually have to work in the drain hole. So I'll just give it a little heat down at the tip. And as I heat it up, it'll start to open on its own. You can see it opening there. Stock drop alarm is going off. I need to get the computer opened up and on the website so I can get close to that. Alright, so I was going to tell you guys earlier, there's a couple different ways that you can carry. Hey, Cap. How's it going? There's a couple different ways you can carry this belt loop style right here. One of them is the way that I send it, mainly because it's just a clean way to use up the strap and put it in the box. That is scout carry here, where your strap will go on one side of the sheath and your button will go on the other. Like so. Just like that. Now when you can carry this on your belt. It's got the pull the dot snap head on there. The way I like to carry these, I really don't like scout carry of any kind. Like I said, I just do this to take up space in the box. I think it looks really good too. But it's really easily changed. You're just going to take the screw off. So I like to actually go down with the screw head or the post itself on the back side, the opposite side of which I'm going to put it against the belt. So the post is going to go through, and then I'm going to put the strap on with the snap up. Then I'm going to use the button and the screw on the inside of the strap. And that will allow you to tighten. Just like this. That'll allow you to slip this down inside of your waistband, inside of your belt, right? And then you can put this strap over the belt and it stays very well. Ain't gonna fit over my fingers. There we go. Just like that. And then you can move it up or down. About right there, you can see the top of the belt would ride up underneath the handle molding of the sheath. And it fits really nice. I'll show you what that looks like here. So what I usually carry is the leather combo. I will start making those. Alright, so we're going to stick it down in between like this, and then this snaps. So then this is going nowhere, depending on how tight you wear your belt. Pretty sweet. Depending on how tight you wear your belt, how much it's going to move around on you. It really doesn't, but then again, it's flexible, and it's not like it's just going to get stuck in one spot, kind of like Kydex belt loops do. Which is why I just don't do them anymore. So I just send them like this though, because there's a ton of people that like to scout carry. The only thing that's left to do to this sheath is to etch my little logo in here. It takes literally 2 seconds. Literally 2 seconds on the laser. I stick it under there, line it up where I want, and I hit the button. Before I can look at it, it's over. It goes zip zip. Hey, Steven. Yeah, they are getting out in the wild soon. All right, I got to get this sheath out. This is what it looks like when I pull it out of the mold, and it's a little wobbly. So I like to stick them in between the plates and just give it a squeeze. You guys can't even see that. It's hard to do two things at once. Right here, I just put it in between my quenching plates and give it a squeeze, and it cools it, straightens it up a little bit. So when it's done and cooled off, then I'll take my, this is just a piece of aluminum. I use this to pick up hot Kydex off of the cookie sheet right here. I just use this to pick up hot Kydex off the cookie sheet. But I'll stick it down in between the cold Kydex here, just like that, separate it, and then mold pops out. Kydex is molded. So if any of you saw me do the last one, saw how fast that went. And since there's 20 some odd people in here now, I'll go ahead and do another one for you then. Steven, if you got like 3 minutes, you can stick around for this. I'll do it quick. So there's our marks. That little tool that looks like a rake is just set up on 1/2 inch spacing, so I don't have to measure it all out. They're all exactly 1/2 inch apart, and that spacing allows it to fit things like, hey Javon, what's up, bud? Glad you could join. Alright, so there's all our holes for the sheath. Now, go ahead and stick some eyelets on it. We've got 7 minutes till the drop. Gonna pop some eyelets in here, and then we'll smash them with our press right there behind me. That's what they look like before. Pop, 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 and done. Just like that. It is smashed super tight. Alright, before I go over here, I'm going to stick another sheath in this foam. So, here, let me put you over here. Probably making y'all sick. Leave myself the gap that I want. So yeah, you just use this to pick it up out of the... Oh, I dropped it. Stick our hot Kydex in there over our mold. Done. Alright. Now, let's go back over to the machines. So we go bandsaw first. There's our rough cut. Let me grab the lighter. So Steven, if you're still in here, you remember me saying that I have molds that have the drain hole already in them for this reason, because I have to do it manually after the fact if they don't. And these molds don't have the drain hole post on there, so it doesn't mold in. See, all I got to do is heat it up a little and it opens up on its own. I'll stick my pick down in there and just open it slightly. That's all it needs. A little blast of air to cool it off, and let's cut it out, grind it. There's the rough. See, it's got all that junk on it, but it is the shape that I need it. I'm gonna turn the Scotch-Brite on. Finish sheath. Now all I gotta do is spray myself off, because Kydex, see all this little black stuff? Well, it's everywhere on me right now, so I gotta get it. Scotch-Brite is the bomb.com. It's the best belt ever invented, period, end of story. Alright, so check it out. Turn the heat gun on high. Remember, only use the heat gun if I'm doing big adjustments, and this is a big adjustment. We're going to put a thumb ramp in it, and this sheath will be done. And then we're going to drop. See that? Thumb ramp done. Just like that. Yep, that's it. That's all it takes. Like 3 whole seconds. It's a little hot. Sometimes you get it too hot, burn the shit out of yourself, but I keep running off without my lighter. My little Kydex adjustment lighter. Javon would like this one. I know he would. This is a cat. In trippy colors. I got you, brother. I know you. I see enough. It looks just like all your thumbnails. The cat. So we're going to open this up just a little. Make it like a flared mag well for your Glock. Just like that. It's got a thumb ramp. It's got eyelets. Sprayed it out. It's got a drain hole. It's a little thin, but it's got plenty of a drain hole. And voila, click. This one feels a little tight. Yeah, it's a little tight. Might need a little adjustment. Sometimes what I do instead of that is grab a different knife, and it might fit a little different. Grab a different one. because again, they're all being handmade. So here's an example for you. If it needs a little adjustment like that, we'll take our lighter and I'll go right over the side. And I will tighten up right in here. Are we ready for drop? All right. Drop in just a second. I'm just going to take my lighter, heat it up just a little, and give it a squeeze, a pinch in. Voila. Click. No more rattle. Better retention. No rattle at all. Thumb ramp, drain hole, done. See how fast that went? It's pretty cool, huh? All right, guys, it's time to drop knives. So we got the Mustang Nitro Special. One. Revelation. Special. Let's see. Mustang Fire. One. Say what? There's the Revelation. It's gone. That was the first one I just hit stock on, and it's gone. Already. I didn't even update I didn't even get to update the ribbon on it. Alright, we just did the Mustangs. Mustangs are in stock. Mustang Nitro V. Alright, Hornet Nitro V Special in stock. Hornet Nitro V Burgundy, Blue and Fire in stock. And what else do we have? Tradition. Come on, computer. Come on, computer. In stock. Tradition. In stock. So, let me go back here. Let me go check one more time, make sure it's all in there. Pretty positive it is. Never really gives me. Hey, there goes one right there. Donald Wooten. Thank you, Donald. That is. Which one was that? Hornet Nitro V Special. Gone. Belongs to Donald Wooten now. Pretty sweet. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome knife. This has got the Pines Peak. No, I'm wrong. This is the Forest Eye. The other one's Pines Peak. This is the Forest Eye, newer fat carbon from Fat Carbon. And it's got the stone gray liners. They've got like a tannish color to them, so this kind of looks like almost like a woodland camo if I had a little brown in there. It's pretty awesome. Awesome knife. That's the one that we just made the sheath for right here. This one is still up for grabs. This one is the Pines Peak. And it's got the purple liners. So this looks like Buzz Lightyear colors. Green, white, and purple. A generic sheath for pictures. So this sheath right here is the one that I took the pictures with. It's the same sheath for the Hornet and the Mustang. So I just took the pictures so I could get them updated. I'd be late on getting all the pictures if I tried to get all the sheets done. So they're all made the same way. It's the same sheath. Hell, you couldn't tell them apart once you got them all together. So I just went ahead and took pictures with that one sheath. I do for it's just the Hornet and the Mustang. It's only the Hornet and the Mustang. I'm trying to think. I don't have any other that I do that with. It's just the Hornet and the Mustang. Thank you, Thomas Dalton. Tom Dalton is, so is Donald. Donald and Tom are both, they are both repeat longtime supporters of Very Good Knife Company. Tom Dalton got he got the Burgundy Hornet. This one right here. Donnie Cambry. Thank you, Donnie. Donnie got something too. What'd you get? Pretty awesome. This purple is like the color for the Hornet, if you ask me. I mean, really, I love it. Donnie got the blue Hornet. This one, Donnie Cambry. Camber. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. The R is before the E, so it could go either way. Thank you, Donnie. And Tom. And yeah, they're the same. They're pretty much the same knife. You're spot on. They have the same handle. So does the Falcon. The Falcon has the same handle as these three as well. I actually had a pattern. When was this? Like a year and a half ago, maybe. I put a poll up. Which one should it be? Because the handle was the same. I just ground the pattern 3 different ways. Yeah, I mean, they even almost have, well, some relation in the belly, but not quite the same. The Mustang's got a little more belly. Yep, Falcon is the warranty. Yep. What's up, Kev? PBKG? But they're both hollow ground. They both got swedges, the same stock thickness, the same handle. I mean, they're pretty damn close to the same knife. The grind is really close. No, I will never move strictly to Nitro V because I like ADCR V2 more than any other steel that I've ever used in my life. And I will never quit using it. I will never quit using ADCR V2, ever. I don't care what happens. I think it's the best. I really truly believe that it's just the best steel that there is. Nitro V is pretty awesome, but you know, it doesn't handle the abuse that I've put on the ADCR V2 stuff. Some would beg to differ, but so the Nitro V is actually going to give you a longer, super bitey, fine edge. And it's marginal. It's pretty marginal. They do have a little bevel on the ricasso. The shoulders back here is what y'all are talking about right there. But anyway, the Nitro V is harder by a good bit, so it's going to be a little bit less tolerant to massive shock. I have yet to break one of my own Nitro V as well, and I did some major torture tests on them. Those are on YouTube as well. the ADC RV2 can handle just about anything. And I mean, I'm so confident in it that I would almost call it bomb-proof. Let me dig into the big bag of knives here. So, right here is the Nitro V test knife. I have a video on this. I don't remember how long it is, but it's a pretty good long abuse test and normal use kind of test of this knife. And then I carried it from the day that I tested it. I cleaned it all back up, and I mean the edge didn't really take much damage, but I cleaned it all back up and I carried it. See, it got carried. This is actually one of those sheaths that I just molded, a Hornet sheath. I didn't make a special sheath for this. I did have to do a whole bunch of adjustments because it didn't fit. I wore it out. But I actually ended up doing more tests with this, and that is the etching. I couldn't test on anything that was relevant enough. I needed to know exactly what it was going to look like on a knife, so I etched the shit out of this one. And this one's not bad. The adventure in here is worse. Let's see if I can find it. Here's my Tradition Junior. Javon, if you're still around, you might like this one. This is my personal Tradition Junior. It's got my name on it. But it's got copper screws. They're kind of dull. Let's see. Got a rust eraser. Watch this. Take the rust eraser over the copper. Good to see you, Steven. Thanks for joining in. See that? Just a little rust eraser on the copper brings it back to shiny. It's pretty cool. But they're all yellow brown now. I just duplicated this one a couple weeks ago, or about a week ago now, for a good friend of mine who has a whole bunch of them. He wanted one just like it, and he called this knife Money because it looks like money. It's fat carbon jungle wear, and then it's got liners, but you can't really see them. I wanted to have a solid separation because sometimes the fat carbon up against steel, sometimes it'll deceive you and make it look like there's gaps because of the black and the uneven, like there's not like a solid line of color there. It's kind of broken with all the layering. So I wanted a liner there to kind of clean that up, and they're green, but they're almost the same color green there. You can kind of see it right there. They're the same color green as that, the lighter color in here. And my buddy called this Money. He said you always got money in your pocket. So I carry this one in my pocket. See, the sheaths will start losing their black on the eyelets the first thing to go. So I can tell if somebody's been carrying their shit or not. This thing was in my pocket for quite a long time, and I only quit carrying it because my pants have been fitting me really loosely. I've lost a whole bunch of weight. My jacket is humongous. I mean, I can fit two of me in my jacket now. So I kind of got tired of this flopping around, but anyhow, the rust eraser will take the copper right back to super shiny. Yeah, this is a pretty cool knife. I carried this one at Blade Show. It's pretty awesome. This was the first or second Tradition Junior tester. Now I wanted to show you something specific though. Yeah, here's that. No. No. Told me it was gone. Right there is an ADC RV2 first gen adventure with the brass screws. This one's got the old logo in there, but I've etched the death out of it. And this one was a test to see what the etches would do, because if they're raised at all, then they'll do this rust. They'll collect moisture. And it took me a whole bunch of tries and a whole bunch of finagling to get to here with the laser, and it just took some focus settings to get it recessed and completely clean. Zachary, I usually do fat carbon with liners on the smaller blades like the Tradition Juniors or the Wasps. Those have thinner handles, and I say that because the fat carbon comes in thinner sizes. Pretty much all the carbon fiber, like Camo Carbon, and I think Valley Composites is making one now too, some carbon fiber. But if it's on like a thicker knife like a Hornet, which has a 1/4 inch material and not 3/16, or like a Tradition or a Hawk or Adventure or something like that, if I can get it in 1/4 inch, I'll do it in 1/4 inch. If you wouldn't want liners, but it's not too bad to do 3/16 with a 40 thousandths liner, so that'll bump it up to just about 1/4 of an inch, and that's what these are. This is 3/16 stock, and the fat carbon is 5mm. It's about 3/16, and it's got 40 thousandths liners to beef it up a little, thicken it up. Thank you, Christian Brewer. What did Christian get? So, Christian Brewer got all the Hornets are gone. Christian Brewer got the Fire, the red micarta Hornet. This thing is sweet. I love the Hornets. I really do. I wouldn't be able to choose between the Hornet and the Mustang. Miss VGKC over there, she carries a Mustang, but hers is modded a little. And it's also, it's got vintage linen micarta, so that really dark color micarta, like coffee color. And then hers has got the turquoise liners. This thing's awesome, and she carries it every single day. And this one's 80 CRV2, and look, there's not a single trace of rust on it. And she doesn't take care of it. I'm just going to tell you right now, she does not take care of this knife. She only carries it. See right there, her name. Aura Sweet. Personalization. I do that. So if anybody wants personalization, you can hit me up and I'll etch your name onto your knife for $5 or something. But yeah, this is her carry. She likes the Mustang. Not as much as she likes the Rambler, though. Not gonna lie. We kind of favor the flat grinds here. We favor them quite often over the hollow grind. However, she does carry a thank you, James Clement. Thank you, James. James just got the Tradition, that Tradition Nitro V. Yeah, there's something about that color, Steve. It's cool. I like it. I agree. I think it looks really good. Jason Knight, huh? I was gonna say, who dat? We all know who Jason Knight is. So, James, thank you for the order there. He got this Tradition Nitro V in green micarta. Pretty sweet. Javon just did a review of a Tradition. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Javon, please do so. There's a whole bunch of YouTubers out there to subscribe to, and there's no way in hell we could get all of them in the same mouthful. Today it's going to be Javon. Anyhow, where were we on that? We were talking about the adventure in the ADC RV2. Steven was asking how much abuse and what kind of performance you'll lose. You won't really lose any performance. I got tired of the rust on ADC RV2 because if you don't take care of them. Hey Stacy. This one is a Bloodline. That was before Very Good Knife Company. This model preceded the Walkabout. Is a 5-inch instead of a 6-inch, and I called this one the Trek. This one's pretty awesome. It's full flat ground. It's got 5/32 stock instead of the 3/16, and it's powder coated right there in that oven. I used to do a whole bunch of powder coat actually, and I got tired of it. I do plan on doing some DLC and maybe some Cerakote. I did this powder coat. This is a Bloodline that I'm gonna try and revive this one. I've actually got a whole bunch of these still that aren't stamped. I stamped a good bit of them, but I've got some over here somewhere that I've still got like 30 of them. They're ADC RV2, so they got to be coated or else they're going to rust, because I'm not planning on polish finishing every surface. They had just a frame handle, and you could wrap them with paracord. I sent enough paracord with them. Nice little taco sheath. Yeah, these were pretty sweet. Let's see. Shout out to Zachary Schmidt, because he sent me, man, he just made my damn whole month, week, year, day, everything. He sent me 5 knives, and he also, this was one of them, the Work Tough Gear Steadfast. I love it. I really do. I just play with it and slice paper with it. It's pretty cool. Anyhow, here's a little more custom revelation. Some of you guys might not have seen this one. This is my personal as well. I did, you know, I really don't make myself a whole lot of knives. I don't. I'm kind of boring, as some of you know, that I'll carry the same knife every single day until I decide to make another one just like it, just to have something brand new. But this is an adventure, and it is Nitro V. It's been beaten and abused. I made this one at the same time as I made this one. I made them for Blade Show because I didn't have anything to carry at Blade Show that was marked with Very Good Knife Company. I did have the original Adventure. This is the original Adventure, and I might revive something similar. I changed this. The decal is awesome. I changed this to what it is now. Blade is pretty close, you see, but I just got rid of a little extra wasted space. And I didn't have anything to carry at Blade Show that was marked with Very Good. I was still carrying my other Adventure. I can find it. Here's another one that Zach sent me. This is the Demco Free Reign Tan Toe. This thing's awesome. Saber grind, flat saber, wicked sharp. Rubber handles have never been my thing, and still aren't, but this one's pretty damn nice. Full through tang. That lanyard hole in there, crimp pin. My favorite thing about this one was the sheath. I know people have had mixed feelings on the sheath, and I don't think it's like super amazing looking. It is pretty good looking. I like that topographical design on there. and the square is square. But the fact that you can take it apart and clean it is just awesome. AEBL press. Yeah, it will. AEBL is kind of like Nitro V. It's a simple stainless, but it's very stainless. This one right here, I had mixed feelings about the shape of it at first, and the more I've played with it, the more I love it. See, I don't make things that look like this because, you know, like when I'm thinking up of something that I want to do, right off the bat, if it doesn't appeal to me immediately, then I will just bypass it whether I like it or not. And I really like this one. I like the coffin handle. It doesn't feel like as good as the others because of, you know, the very pigeonholed shape there, but it really grips well with that texturing, the deep texturing on the handle. And this thing's like 7/1000ths, 5/7,000ths behind the edge. It is super thin and slicey and very pointy. This would hurt you really badly. I love this knife. I really do. And then that decal you was talking about. This thing's awesome. The machining on this is pretty damn nice for having, and pretty much all the decal stuff is like that too. Has the machining mark still. I'm not against that. I think it's great when it's done right. You know, it just has to be done right. This is done right, of course. This thing's wicked sharp. It's pretty sweet. That Nib-X coating is interesting. It gives it a different color. Contact. I'm still looking for something. Here's what those, what's it called? The Bloodline Cub looks like. I etched this one to see if I could get etching through powder coat. Did a pretty good job there. And then on this side, I did one that was, it looks shiny, but it's actually completely black inside. These are looking really shiny as well. They're just reflecting it. It's cool though. They're completely black on the inside, these ones. This one is white like it looks. More testing, and then testing for etching. I was just etching everything that I could for a minute. Had to figure the laser out. Yep, he makes pretty nice stuff. I agree. That last knife that Zach sent me, Reef F4. This thing is awesome. It really is. The only thing that I'm not crazy about with the Reefs is the edge angle. They got like a 22, little too steep, because I'm so used to using a more laid back edge. Mine are 17.5, 18, somewhere in there. And that's where I like them. This, I'm just gonna take it to the grinder and reprofile that edge a little and use the shit out of it. Sure is a good looking knife. This thing's, the fit and finish on these is just unreal. I stopped at Blade Show at the Reef booth and looked at everything that they had. And then Gabe actually sent me his Circadian a while back to make a Kydex sheath for. It's another thing that Reef needs to, you know what, the only thing that would make this better is it needs another eyelet right here, because the retention is too loose and the eyelet is so far away. The first eyelet is so far away right here. Let's see, if I were to squeeze this, would the retention be any better? And that's how I judge, and it's a lot better. lot better. Watch, let's do a modification of our reef right here in the shop. Just got to take it apart first. We got to find the damn Allen key now. Guess we're not doing it. Let's see. Got an Allen key. No, these guys are American made, or are they not? Reef is American made, aren't they? Maybe I'm wrong. Let's take our ferro rod sleeve off. And now, I'm just going to pop another hole in it, smash a new eyelet in there. You won't even be able to tell. So we got us another hole drilled. It's just, you know what, I got one over here. Good. Now I got my knives strode all over the place. Well, this is like 80 or 90. Gotta get a thicker eyelet. There we go. Done. So you can't even tell that I really did anything to it, but I added that eyelet. And that is going to make the retention on this sheath right where it needs to be. Oh yeah. Alright, now I'm into it. Yep. That was what it needed. Perfection. Listen to that click. And the pull out is still pretty smooth and light. I like how they do the thumb ramp. That's kind of interesting. No curl out like I do with my finger and a heat gun. This one is just molded in like that, like a fin. That's awesome. So where are we at on the stock drop now? Let's see. I'm burning up. It's hot in here now. Need to turn the damn heater off. Alright. Still at 5. So, next week, I'm going to be working on some Signature Series stuff. This is one of them. It's just 36 grit rough ground right now. See that big old sweeping plunge? And it even sweeps on the edge there as well. Real long taper. And I'll bring the edge out to somewhere around in here and not go all the way back, so as to keep that long sweep. This is pretty sweet. It's got some deep jimping here, and I was gonna do something special with the handle. This one, I got that one going. And then earlier this week, if you watched any of my lives, if anyone was in for my lives, you'd have seen me grind this one. This is a Signature Series as well. This is kind of like a spay blade, hollow ground, about 4.5 inch handle, a little bit more steep of a bird's head on there, and minor beak. And then I also did this Tradition as well, but this one is, yes, it is live. This one is actually an order. This guy has 2 more knives on order. One of these is his, and no, I'm wrong, not a hawk. A Rambler is his. And then he's got a Nitro V Walkabout. The first 2 are over there, and the first 2 Nitro V First Strikes. are over there as well. PBKG, thank you, Zach. Long practice. PBKG actually, one of these is his, and he requested a full flat ground first strike and Nitro V. And then I've got someone else on the books for the exact same order. So I got two of them right here. The first two Nitro V first strikes. All the other ones are 80 CRV2. And then we've got some walkabouts. One of these belongs to John, who has these 3 knives on order. One of them is that Tradition. So what has not sold here? We've got all the Hornets are gone, I know that. And the Tradition is gone. So then we've still got the Buzz Lightyear Fat Carbon Special Mustang, and there is still 3 more Mustangs. All 4 Mustangs are left. Unpopular this time. Everybody was waiting on those Hornets. I anticipate everything to sell before the end of the weekend. I hope it will anyway. I've also got some invoices out. This one is Frank Gergitz. Frank might be in here. I doubt it, but sometimes I'll go and watch some YouTube. He comments every now and then. This is yours, Frank. Say Nitro V Hornet. And then we've got a Tradition Junior Nitro V that was finished up this week. All these are orders right here. Excuse me. A Wasp Nitro V in green. Nitro V in Nat. Wasp Nitro V in Nat with red liners. It's pretty cool. The Hornets are awesome. Hi, honey. Yes, people do ask for lanyard holes quite often. The guy that has 3 on order requested a lanyard hole for his Tradition. Of course, the Rambler. Ramblers come with lanyard holes already. And then so do the walkabouts. But I think I've got 2 or 3 others right now on order that have lanyard holes. It's not a big deal. It just has to be done before the heat treat. Because once they're hard, I'm not drilling them. The 80 CRV2 can be drilled. 80 CRV2 can be drilled once it's hardened. Because it's below 62. I can do a carbide bit for this. I keep a carbide bit on hand just in case I forget or I have to. But it will not drill Nitro V. Nitro V is about 62, 62 and a half. And it won't do it. Not even carbide. Not the carbide that I have, anyway. So we got to finish up the sheaths for this run too, don't we? We've got a good piece of them done, so I need to get one out of the mold here, and I'll just set you up. So sometimes when they're still warm, I'll put them in the plates over there. If any of you guys saw that, and it straightens them out. This one's got a little wiggle in it right there. It's not bad. It doesn't really come way far back into here. This is what they look like once they've been molded and cooled. And then good. Now I gotta find my Kydex tool again. I've got two off track. Oh yeah, I dropped it. I usually stick this in there and give it a pop. So now we gotta mold another. I think I got 2 more of these to mold. And then we've got some of those wasps, the splicer. Pretty sweet. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left over there. So we got, run them out here. I'll go ahead and put some marks in this. I'm gonna move my computer. These are all orders right here. If you've got a Hawk on order, a Nitro V Hawk on order before last week, then one of these is yours. That doesn't include you, Zach. There was 3 more before you too. But I've got, next week I'll be heat treating yours, so it'll be caught up. And then these are orders as well. That's gonna get finished up next week. I got some more heat treating to do also. So we're just marking holes. Got one in the oven that I can't forget about. I'm pretty bad about doing that. I'm a Kydex burner. Sometimes I'll get sidetracked doing something else and completely forget there's a piece in there. This little tool, I got tired of marking out 1/2-inch holes. So I just made a 1/2-inch punch, or a 1/2-inch spaced punch. They look uneven, but they're all sitting right on 1/2 inch. It's pretty cool. See, from 4 to 6. Pretty sweet. You gotta make tools to make your life easier. Make the business go a little bit faster. Now I gotta make another one that has 6 punches. This one only has 5. That way it can do the smaller sheets too. The smaller sheets only get 5 holes. Alright, let's mold this sheath. Last of the Mustang Hornet sheets to mold, I believe. So, one of you might find this interesting. I'll show you. So if you were here yesterday, even if you weren't, I'll explain it to you anyways. I use molds for the models, and rather than making all the handles on the molds really long so I have room, I have a master handle. So here's TJ Tradition Junior. I'll go ahead and stick my master handle in there and attach it. Uh-oh. That one didn't want to go. Drop it faster. Just like that. Now I can switch back and forth, and you see I left enough sticking out here so I don't have to wait for this to cool. I can just get started on another one right away. This has been in there for about a minute and a half now, 2 minutes. So I'll go ahead and pull it out. You can still see it's soft, but it's molded. So what I'll do, I'll stick it in the plate and cool that. Kydex. That aluminum will pull all the heat out. It also makes it super straight. And I'll just leave it in there. I'll just leave it there. Now we'll have to put so all those molds we're getting 7" by 6" pieces. For the smaller ones I do 6" by 6" pieces. My next venture is to make myself a couple more of these so I can do all these at the same time and not have to one at a time them. Because that right there is kind of killing me on time. But anyhow, once we get that one molded, we'll go and pop some holes in these, try and get them finished up. I think I only got one more over here. So the mold itself is still warm, but all the Kydex is nice and cold. When it's warm, it won't come apart. When it gets cold, it'll split, but the heat will make them stick together. And I gotta split them apart. So, just like that. Pop it out. Set this mold down over here. Kydex picker upper. Knock a couple more marks in. Another? Sean Zanino. Which one did he get? Thank you, Sean. Sean Zanino is actually he's a long-time supporter too. I think this one. Blue Mustang. Pretty awesome. Thank you, Sean. I gotta do some etching on this one. It's ready to be popped. Alright, we got a sheath to mold here. Tradition Junior. One Tradition Junior sheath. So always put the Thank you, Zach. You too. I appreciate your support, brother. Have a good one. Alright. Pull our hot kydex out. And drop her down in there. Done. Now, I can take this handle off, because I only have one of these Tradition Junior sheaths to do. So I don't need the master handle on this mold anymore. I can move on, do like I just did with that last Mustang sheath, and just pull the mold and the kydex out all together. I don't have to wait for it to cool to get my mold back, because we moving on. Wasps. Alright, that's in the mold. Thing got a little loose on me. Alright, so anybody still coming in? Or any new watchers? Today we did a live drop about an hour ago at 1 o'clock. We dropped Hornets, Nitro V Hornets, and one special Hornet. This one has got the Forest Eye fat carbon gray, stone gray liners. This one's gone. First one gone. Actually, the Revelation was the first one gone. And then all the other Hornets are gone. The red one sold. And the purple one sold. The blue one sold. And I believe, was it the blue Mustang? Blue Mustang, last order was Sean Zanino. Thank you, Sean. Sean actually has a nice collection of specials as well. He's got a few specials. He likes the specials. Today he got a blue Mustang, Nitro V. I still have a purple Mustang. You're going to see one of these on the Last Huntsman Outdoor channel here soon. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Gabe's channel, go do so. And there's a red one as well. That's what I got left. And I believe the Buzz Lightyear one is still available. This is the Pines Peak Fat Carbon with purple liners. That's green, white, a little bit of black in there. All the fat carbon stuff has a little bit of black no matter what color it is. Mustang Nitro V. This one is awesome. Pretty sweet. And the last one that we dropped today was Tradition, full-size Tradition Nitro V. Super Slicinator there. Which one you got? He said, is mine done yet? Which one is yours? Tell me what you got on order. This one dropped and this one was gone. I didn't even get to, I mean, it was the first one on the list and I hit up and it was gone before I even looked down. So it pretty much didn't even get dropped. It's gone. Blue Man. Is it one of these? I got 3 Hawks next week. 2 Ramblers. I know one of these is not yours, because I know the other one is. And then Adventure Junior, possibly. Is that yours? Nitro B. All those are Nitro B. What other orders is there? It is. The Revelation is an absolute awesome blade, Matt. That sweep and plunge, it's just a beauty. Yep, Nitro V Rambler. You're right here. Next week, getting finished up. The other one belongs to John Rollo. So there's yours. One of these is yours. If it's on my list, it's getting. It's probably gonna get finished up next week. There's gonna be a few that just came in like yesterday, last night, and then Zach Schmidt ordered one a day or two ago. That one might not make the cut. Actually, it won't make the cut this week because I haven't ordered fat carbon for his, and they usually take about a week. So, still got 5 sheaths left to do. Want to burn through some sheaths with me? Let's burn through some sheaths. All I've got left to do is mold 4 more sheaths, 5 more sheaths. But I'm going to go ahead and finish up these. What's up, Mo? Huh? Yes. So these live streams have been pretty productive for just getting some new views now. We've had a lot of people stopping in. I appreciate every one of you. Guys, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up. All right. I see that number jumping around little by little. People come in and people taking off. Jumps up again. I'll show everything one more time. It has been a little more than an hour. It's been an hour and a half. Exactly. 90 minutes. So I'm actually gonna wrap this up here real soon because it's Supercross day. I'm ready to go home and sit down and have me a beer. I will be finishing up and packing all these orders tomorrow. Everyone that got a knife on the drop today, everything is going to be packed up, and it might not get sent out Monday though. Tuesday has been our postage day. Thank you, Paul Miller. Thank you, Paul Miller. I don't know what that was. It must have been another Mustang though. Either the purple one or the red one. So then we got two left. That'd be the Buzz Lightyear Mustang and that was a Burgundy. Alright, so Burgundy's the last one left. The last one left. This one, and then the Buzz Lightyear Special. I call it Buzz Lightyear because it's got green, white, and purple. But it's Pines Peak Fat Carbon. What is Monday? I feel like always, every time I go on a Monday, they're closed. Every single time. And I don't even pay attention to what holiday it is. So yeah, you're right. They're probably going to be closed. That's why I never really plan for Monday. I always forget, like, friggin' Martin Luther King Day or Columbus Day or something. I don't know. There's always something. So don't plan on getting a tracking number Monday. I kind of gave up on that. It's just frustrating. President's Day. Hey, Chad. How's it going? Say what? I can't hear you over there.
Sean just popped in.
Sean just popped in. Hey, Sean. There's your Mustang. Thank you, buddy. Five. I think they're all specials too. I could be wrong about that. I'm trying to get the comments to come open. I can't get them open. Look how sharp these things are. Sitting here filleting paper with Sean Janino's newly acquired Mustang Nitro V here. It's so sharp. Little micro curls. I'm going to leave that to you. So I'm betting you're going to do a good bit of it. That's what I do with mine sometimes. Paper test proves polished sharpness, and that's about it. There goes the last Mustang, I believe. I don't care what it proves. I like paper. Especially when they're razor sharp. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, buddy. Uh-oh. I lost another eyelet. I'm not climbing on the floor. Alright. Crimp all these. Dropped out. We did a live drop today, and all but one are gone. Right now, I'm just passing some time and I'm popping some eyelets into some sheaths. There's so many knives in here, all over the place. So I just went through my bag and started pulling knives out. There we go, that's what we were doing. Crimping eyelets. So, the last one, I believe, am I wrong? Did that one go? That purple one, it just showed me out. I believe, if I'm not bad wrong, that this is the last one. Said not yet. Maybe. The heater, I can't hear over the heater. This one right here is still in the store, I believe. That's what she said. Anyhow, they'll all be gone before the end of the day, I just about guarantee it. Guys, I really appreciate everyone tuning in and watching the live drop. Everybody for dropping in and saying hey. I appreciate all of your support. I appreciate you just being here for me. Thanks guys for watching. Have a good one.